to season 2 of the Jamly Chick. We are so excited to be back, and we're here today with Mountain Walrus, which is an absolutely amazing band. If you haven't checked them out, we had the absolute pleasure of meeting them at Floyd Fest this summer, and let me tell you, it was instantaneous love is what it was, and it is just like, you have to listen there. I can't even describe. I mean, kind of what Jason and I were saying earlier. It's almost like his voice is almost like a John Mayer with
like a Dave Matthews.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's just beyond that too.
So beyond that too, the music behind it is just amazing. So let's go ahead. Let's jump in here and let's bring these guys on. Thank you so much, Mountain Walrus, for joining us today. We have Foster Burton with us, and we have also with us
Mason Janelle.
Thank you so much, Foster and Mason, for joining us today. This is super exciting. I'm so excited that the storm actually happened. Like at first, I was not excited about it. So to fill you guys in, we met at Floyd Fest, and they were playing. The first time I met them was in the VIP tent, and there was a huge storm happening, and they were like sending everyone all these places. And
I don't even think y'all played, did you?
Not the first, yeah, we got rained out the first day.
That was just that time slot. Yeah. Thankfully, they were like, and that was just the VIP stage, but that's when we got to have the VIP combo. It was so much fun. I got to meet you guys and just your amazing talent. And so I'm excited to chat with you guys and be able to share you guys with the jam world that we know, and us all have fun in the music land.
Hey, I appreciate you having us. It's cool meeting you guys.
Definitely. So where are you out of? Where are you located?
I live in Salem, which is smack dab in the middle of Roanoke. So I usually just say Roanoke because most of the time you have to describe where Salem is. Some people have heard of Roanoke. Way more people have heard of Roanoke than Salem. So we pretty much say we're from Roanoke, although me and Mason live in Salem, so it's the same thing. So Salem, Roanoke, whatever you want to call it.
Nice. And this is Virginia we're talking about.
Yeah, Virginia. Yep.
So how many other people are in the band?
We got 3 other people.
All right. What are their names and what do they play?
Brock Rousley's playing the bass right now. And then we've got Ryan Ratliff playing horns. He plays baritone and tenor. Okay, yeah. And then we have Ben Height who plays keys and sings. So
very awesome.
I play guitar and Mason's the drummer and sings.
Very, very cool. So how long have y'all been together and how did y'all start Mountain Walrus?
Let's see, it's been like almost 3 years now, probably. Yeah, 3 years. It kind of started during the pandemic with a lot of the cancellations and stuff. Our local hotspot, Martin's Bar and Grill, would call us for cancellations and last minute fill-ins and stuff. And I've never been kind of a like Foster Burton and Friends kind of dude. It's always like for it to just be called something else. It's not about me. So I had this running joke with this name Mountain Walrus thing, and it was just Mason on drums, and then Ben Height, our keyboard player, would use his left hand and play bass and stuff. And we would just put a song list together. I would send him a Spotify list, and hey, you got 3 days to learn these tunes, kind of thing.
Get it done, boys. Get it done.
Learn it.
Yeah, throws us to the wolves.
Yeah, throws to the wolves.
Yeah, there you go.
But it started like that, but it slowly evolved into what it is now. Basically, just trying to play, just a bunch of Appalachian boys trying to play funk music, basically, and what we think funk music is. And it's forever evolving. We're still learning, how to play it. We're still, listening and learning to the masters of it, and just trying to incorporate our influences into it. But yeah, that's kind of the beginning of it.
That's awesome. Who would you say that some of your influences would be in this? Because it is such an amazing, a huge world, that we've been chatting about, the jam world and stuff. So who would your influences, even out of that jam world, would be?
Lettuce is definitely where Mason and I have connected even before we played music together. I love Lettuce. Adam Deitch is beast of a drummer. They kind of set the bar for the creativity aspect for me. So also I like Turquoise a lot. I feel like Turquoise is a band that kind of influenced me to write more serious and situational writing with funk music. It's not just like booty shaking stuff. It's like got some real deeper content. So those are my big influences. But then, we have, Ryan Ratliff, our horn player, is kind of like our funk liaison, is what I call him. Like he's the guy that keeps us traditional and challenges us, and like even with like the lingo and how to play, the funk and stuff. But he's turned us on to like the JBs and James Brown. The
Yeah.
JBs was like supposed like a spinoff of James Brown band, but it still had all most of the players in it. So we that's something that we've been listening to a lot the last few years, and just soaking up every bit of it that we can.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
So and y'all had your first self-titled album come out almost a year ago in October, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very cool. Where did y'all self-record that, or where did y'all go to record that album?
I'll let you take that one.
We use Blackwater Studios. It's out in Smith Mountain Lake. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful spot.
It is.
And we've been working with the producer. Dave McDonald is our producer. He's been working with me for years, and he's been working with this project since its infancy. But it's out towards Smith Mountain Lake, probably about an hour from here.
Nice. Very cool.
It's worth it to go up there and just be away and see the beautiful lake.
Oh,
I'm just sitting here thinking in my head,
It's beautiful. It's like what you're picturing.
Yeah,
Exactly
for the
like what you're
people.
thinking.
For the people who don't know, it's just gorgeous, and there are not a lot of people up at Smith Mountain Lake, so it's one of your calmer lakes to be at, and the scenery is amazing, and just so I can only imagine that vibe. That vibe must have been super just hype between you guys.
Definitely sets a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
For an artist to really.
Dave.
Dave.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Dave McDonald does a great job of dismantling a lot of stress and anxiety at the studio, because I have a very little experience of being a studio musician. My career has been spent on the stage. So going into this project, I was just a ball of nerves. And Dave, like, he just goes in and understands every problem that could be, whether it's gear. I mean, we had to take a break to tune a drum, remember?
Yeah.
And he was like, y'all go outside and burn one, because I need to tune that drum. And like, he's very hands-on, and what he's able to get out of us is what we want it to sound like. So it's like he's just a big part of what we sound like in the studio than is us. So it's really cool to see that a good producer and a good engineer can really take somebody as raw as me and inexperienced as me, and like make them feel calm and able to execute in the studio, which was so much fun. It made it fun. It made me want to go and do it again.
That's
awesome.
Beautiful. Like that's a rare story to hear. Usually it's that clash, and that it has to be this way and it has to be this way, but y'all being able to vibe and have that, have the same energy and bring it together in the same ideas, and also actually him respecting your ideas.
Exactly. You want your producer to be that next member of the band, to actually help, what their job is, you know what I mean? To help produce. I mean, of course, you're the driving force, being the creative driving force, of course, but I mean, the producer is supposed to be,
the producer's a big force also.
That big backing, pushing element.
I got to meet this guy, because this is the first
time that
I've heard. Like,
he's a great musician too. Like, he can play guitar and like it's piano. He's a great dude, and like he's got great ideas, and he's always leaving the creativity open. And it's a great place to be, recording music and with great people.
So, are you recording something now? Another new album coming up?
Yep, we got one dropping on November 15th. So we should have some new singles coming out really soon within the next few weeks.
Sweet.
Heck yeah.
That's our oldest daughter's
we'll be
birthday.
releasing that stuff.
That's awesome.
I was going to say it's going to be a success. Anything with that date has always been a success. She's November 15th is a great day, so we gotta have a party. That's exciting.
You guys should come up.
Yeah, most
Were you
definitely.
having the album release party?
Yeah, we're gonna have it at 5 Points Music Sanctuary downtown Roanoke.
We are there 100%. We're there.
Tyler and 5 Points, they do a wonderful job.
And for the people who don't know, 5 Points is this amazing venue, and it's an old church. It's in an old church, and it has like one of the best sounds ever. And also, Tyler, who runs the place, is hearing impaired, and so he has you have headphones when you go in, so that you're for protection for your ears. He's just such an amazing guy, and always doing amazing things for the community. And 5 Points is, I mean, I feel like a commercial like dealer trying to get this off, but but
it's a special place.
It's a special place. So that's what
it's really been nice having that, dude. And Tyler, like, even like just to bounce off what you're saying, like for ear protection, like even if you have like hearing loss or severe hearing damage, they have these backpacks that you can wear that are hooked to the soundboard, and it'll vibrate. It's like kind of like back in the day, like the Grateful Dead had like kids that would hold balloons, and the balloons would vibrate. At least they could feel the music. But this is a more modern thing to do, and there's like quite a few of them. So like, you'll see people that have like hearing problem. They can't maybe not hear it at all, but they can still get down to the music because they have these packs and stuff for them to wear. It's so cool. I think
it's wonderful.
It's so cool. That's what, when I was taking photos there that night, that's what I was asking, because we had gotten there a little bit late for the Mahali Indie Frasco show, and we weren't late for it, but I didn't have enough time to ask as many questions as I wanted to. And they had just all this stuff set up, and of course I keep going to the back and I'm trying to ask as many questions as I can, and lots was going on. So thank you for explaining that, because 5 Points most definitely needs to be recognized for that.
It's definitely a gem.
Yeah, definitely a gem. So what a place to choose for your first album.
Second.
It's a second one, but
we
did our first one there.
Yeah, we sold it out the first one.
Sorry. What a place for your second album and the premiere of it. 5 Points is most definitely the best place ever. Actually, an amazing place for a record drop.
That's right.
So when you're jamming together in venues and versus like playing together in practice, or how does that go? How is it different, or is it not different?
It's different. We have a lot of it's kind of, planned out, like, where people are soloing and things like that. But as far as like it being the same every time, it's definitely not the same every time. We leave space open in certain spots to certain parts of songs that are just, pretty much freeform, whatever we feel, can go as long or as short as it wants to go. And we just rely on each other and listen to each other. We've all been playing long enough to where if somebody's feeling it and letting loose, then we hear it, we let them go. It's
wow.
That creative openness in this band is very important to me.
It
and everybody.
Sounds that way. I love it. I love how y'all's vibing, how you just going together, and the what is it called? The trust that you have in each other, that knowing that each other are such, good musicians, that we're leaving that open for each other to come through. And when you do
improv, especially improv funk, especially, there has to be a lot of trust there.
Maybe I always sound special when I say, but it just amazes me how that y'all can go from one place and play, you've got your basic of the song, but every single time that you play it, it's completely different. It's not the same. And the whole band goes with it. It flows. It's not like someone got off in their spot. So sorry. It's always amazing, and how that y'all bring that together, and how that you're listening. So no matter what, it will always be that undying question of like, who do you listen to in the band? Or like, what are you listening for? What are your keys that you kind of go with and stuff? How does that improv come to you that way? Because that is a special gift if you can explain it.
Yeah. Well, explain like how, like the improv, like
a lot of listening.
It's a lot of listening, and like it comes with rehearsal. Like we we practice enough to where there's not, we're not looking around wondering what's going on. We all know what's going on. It could be controlled chaos, but basically with funk music, I don't really play a whole lot of solos, so I'm really just hanging with the rhythm section. But as far as what I think funk music and improv, what you're listening to, is the drum and bass. That's where it all starts. That's what the driving the train of funk music is. Like that's from the birth of it to, in my opinion, the birth of it to the guys doing it now. Like the drum and bass is where it all starts, and when that's solid and locked in, the whole rest of the band can kind of do what they want, because that foundation doesn't falter, doesn't shift, doesn't move, and it's solid as a rock. And having a confidence in the rhythm section and knowing that you can get squirrely and go off and do your own thing and go off on your own tangent, and might even forget what song you're playing. Yep. But the bass and drums don't forget what they're playing. They know what they're doing.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much for that. That's amazing. I don't think the drum and bass section ever get as much love as that they should get, and and how much how many people. So that's amazing. You said it better than anyone could. But what do you?
So growing up, what did y'all listen to growing up, music wise? What did your parents listen to?
I grew up listening to everything, but mostly rock and roll. The old stuff. My mom listened to Motown and Michael Jackson and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. And my dad was rock and roll, so I just took from that, went every which direction. So playing the drums, I had to kind of wanted to dip my toe into everything and kind of understand all genres, so I could be a chameleon and blend anywhere I need to.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Who's your favorite drummer?
I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
You got the answer to that before you did.
Just for the week, like I understand, like you have 1,000 different ones, but just for like the moment when I say, who's your favorite drummer? Sorry.
I try to be challenge myself to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I love you. I'm gonna like listen to this daily and just be like, me. That's exactly like yes. So, but how old were you when you started drumming?
I was 13. Right. I started in the school and worked my way up that way. Did the drum line and all that.
Cool.
No. Me and him have been running around in the same circles, in town for years and years, 20 years or more. And then finally we've linked up to get this project with Ben, our keyboard player. It's just been, this band's been in the making for years, and finally it's come to fruition. So
very cool.
We're trying to make the most of it and do what we can. And it seems like everybody enjoys it, and
very much so.
We love it. So we're dedicated to it.
Obviously, it's been meaning to happen, and y'all were just, just like men, just kind of piddling around about it. And the universe is like, come on, we're going to do it. It's finally time, because I just was so much impressed. And it takes a lot for me to, not a lot, I'm not saying, but just at the end of okay, let's just get real. 5 days in, 4 days in, and just walking, going, talking everywhere, festival deep, with all these people, you're exhausted. So you're there for the good music and the good people. And guess who made that list? Mountain Walrus made that list. Amazing peeps, amazing. So that's why I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are awesome. And I'm so excited that the universe did come together and brought y'all together. I know I sound like that crazy chick, but I totally believe it and believe that the universe brings us together at the right time for the right reason. and you know, y'all have been around each other, you've known, but why not? Well, now's the time. And so, and for everyone, it's the time to check y'all out. That's for sure. Y'all are amazing. I'm so pumped that we were at least able to catch y'all. And
speaking of, when's y'all's next shows and stuff? What do y'all have booked coming up?
We're playing September 11th in town. It's a free show, so we're hoping that everybody comes. It's Fork in the Alley.
Sweet.
In Roanoke.
Yeah, it's a cool little spot they got going on down there now, like a little outdoor garden, beer garden kind of thing.
Oh man, yeah, awesome.
It should be a beautiful night.
How long do you usually play?
We play 6 to 9 over there.
Oh, nice. 3 hours. That's
sweet. Yeah.
And then what do we got in September?
We're playing at the Hard Rock Casino in Bristol, Tennessee here in a couple weeks. And
very cool.
Is
that the one that's the pyramid?
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't been out there yet, so
I
this
think
will be our maiden voyage.
I think it's
y'all are just awesome. Growing, so it's not like, you know, you're one of these. We're very honored to have met y'all at such a young point, because I very much see y'all going way further, and so I see a lot of exciting things for y'all. But we gotta go to the casino.
But I mean, the vocals are phenomenal. I mean, it's an amazing cross between like a John Mayer, Dave Matthews, Dr. John. I mean, it's very
the instruments, cool. You know, the whole. And he's a musician, so him like
I hear a lot of different stuff. So,
but the thing, like him saying the vocals, like, you know, we all know, like, people can have good jams. We can all go to a music festival, sit around a fire, and listen to some cool people come up, and that they can play it, you know, and stuff. But do they have the pipes to go with it? Do they have the soul? Do they have the music?
You gotta have a soulful voice to go with
exactly
music.
And that's what
it kind of doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
And that's what I met with y'all at the music festival, and I was just like, I was like, these guys, we've got to chat with these guys, because these guys are going places. These are new and coming up,
and we're just trying to build y'all up and get y'all out there. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
You need to be definitely heard.
Well, we're trying to do something a little different. You know, it's kind of like funk music with some storytelling, and it's, you know, you can call it funk, but until you actually play the funk, if you listen to our first album and compare to our second, you can kind of see the progression of like what, you know, we're listening to and stuff. But, you know, we're real confident in, you know, our style and stuff, because to us around here, it's different, and it's just been a lot of fun creating and like having different songs coming out of what, you know, we've been doing and been a part of, and it's just been a whole lot of fun.
Definitely like a very funky, folky first album. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Very, very cool.
Wait till you hear the second album.
I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
I mean, it's
I can't
very, very good.
I can't wait to see all my friends out there November 15th, because we're all going. I'm telling all of you now, set your calendars. We're all going to you know, come out and when y'all have support, and because y'all have amazing music, the best vibe, and that is what we need in this community. That's what we need in the world. Great people, and just can't thank you enough for that. It's not being so amazing and sharing your talents. And it is hard it's not an easy thing to do at any point in time. So thank you very much for all your hard work that you're doing and that traveling.
And well, we appreciate you guys for having us on here. You know, it's cool.
Okay. If you could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be?
You go ahead with that.
If I could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be?
Anyone. So you got
choice. Present, I would say Adam Deitch.
Oh, I was not expecting that. That's awesome.
I just think he's, even as known as he is, and I think he's so underrated. And like, his drumming is just next level. It's just, I love it, and I think he's just a brilliant, and he's also a really cool guy. I've got to meet him a couple of times. He's super cool, and he's all about like passing musical knowledge on, no matter where it's at. He's just a good dude, and yeah, that's my answer to that one. Adam Page.
Very cool. What about you, Mason?
Sure, he could produce us very well.
Yeah.
I mean, we should go back and get with one of the greats or something. What if you could collaborate with somebody in the past? I don't even know where to start, but just really any of those, any of the greats, any of the all-time greatest.
Would it be a bass player, or you talking?
Yeah, it probably would be, but I would want to go like extra nerdy and be like pick Geddy Lee or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If I was gonna like nerd out a little bit, that's what I would want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to go there. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go there, you got to go there.
It's hard to nerd out.
Yeah, sometimes you got to nerd out.
Always.
He took my answer anyway, so
that's why I beat you to it.
I can't work with Adam because we play the same instrument.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I just get to watch and learn and study.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what non-musical things inspire your creativity? Books, nature, art, sports, any like family, bugs.
That inspire my art?
Yeah.
I would say my creativity.
Yeah, your creativity, like get you going, like get your like. How do you get your juices flowing?
Mine would be definitely gardening and being out and with my chickens and my garden and my 4 legal weed plants, and just being outside and growing my own food, and that's like a zen thing for me, and it calms me down and it allows me to think and be creative, because I'm just a high stress dude, 4 years sober from drugs and alcohol. So
congrats, man, that's amazing.
So I've had to replace things with my drug and alcohol abuse. I've had to replace it with family and gardening and other stuff that made me feel good, because just stopping being an addict was hard for me. So those things really bring me home, and that's where I'm my most creative, when I don't have the weight of the world on me, and I can
when you can slow down.
And because sometimes in the course of a day, I'm not gonna be able to be creative and write something cool. But if I'm out in the garden for a while, and I'm able to play with my tomato plants and squash and stuff like that, it brings me centered, and it makes me feel at home.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's something I've seen a lot of people, and I'm so proud of people saying
should be very proud of that.
We should be celebrating. I'm so proud of, and in awe too, absolutely in awe that you can do what you do. And did you say that you're alcohol free also?
Yeah, I was a half gallon a day drinker for 10 years, just about.
Cheers to congrats. That's amazing.
Don't say cheers. That makes me want to drink. No, I'm kidding.
Kudos.
There you go. Kudos.
But that's absolutely amazing, because this is definitely something hard, and a hard business to be in, to stay sober and look at the rewards that you have gotten, sticking with it.
It definitely pays off.
Definitely. I think sobriety is actually it's funny. It's actually been like a bigger thing in the scene here recently, like people talking about it and talking about them getting sober and how much, and I'm not even gonna lie, I've had my experiences in the scene and everything, and there have been times, and it's truly the truth. It's when you stop doing that and you're going to shows, the enjoyment that you feel, because with you guys I was able to have that.
With anything, it's easily to feel good when it's, but if it's supposed to feel good, it's good. Yeah. It's easily to consume it. You know what I mean?
Balance is what's equal.
I do want to say one thing. I don't say that I'm sober anymore, because I've got friends that are like for real sober. Like I still smoke weed, and I don't say that I'm sober, but I do not drink and do drugs anymore. So that part of me has opened up to be able to play with like people like Mason and Brock and Ben. In that I was not able to play with those people before that. There was just no way I wasn't. You can't drink as much as I was and play on the level that those dudes are playing. You just can't. It's just not.
Right.
It's not cool. It's not 1968. This ain't Woodstock. Like you just can't act like that on stage anymore. And I was doing it on a local level, so it was just playing for my friends, and they would they would bear with me for most of it. But if you want to play on another level where people really want to listen to you, in my experiences, you can't be getting on stage and just getting hammered and stuff. Like I can't anyway. Some people can maybe.
Listen up. This is the truth. Yes.
Well, it's to each their own, but usually it sounds better when you're when you're not obliterated,
And I'm not knocking fun, and anyone who wants to have fun anyway, just having fun after is
like I said, sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's what I've told the guys. I said I don't care if y'all go and shove stuff up each other's ass at the show. I don't care, but just don't do it on stage, please, for the love of God. And these guys don't, and that's what's beautiful about it. Because there's another thing that I can trust is that I'm not looking around going, man, has this dude been drinking all day? Like, we had a festival. We played at Rooster Walk this year. We had 12 hours in between our set, and like I've been in bands where I don't know if those dudes would have been sober for that second set, having 12 hours of festival to do nothing. But these guys were, and we played great. And, that is cool. That's fun. That's another thing of confidence that I have that, you were speaking earlier about, what people see in the music scene. That's the thing that you got to keep an eye on too, is like, if you want to play at a certain level, not only do you have to play with people that are talented enough and are willing to do what it takes, but you also have to have people that are willing to stay sober on stage, which, that sounds really frank, but it's something that I've come in contact with, being myself, being the culprit and or being on the other end of it. It's something that's out there, and I know it's wreaked havoc for as long as rock and roll's been a thing, and on every level, from A to F level. It's B list, C list, all these. Any band can have somebody that's got issues with substances, but having the faith and the confidence that these guys are going to be sober and with it on stage is nice. It's very, very nice feeling.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Great, and it's very very cool to see the kind of personalities that Mason and the rest of the band have for being very open and accepting, and having an open mind, and believing that people do deserve second chances, and you know what I mean? That's awesome. It's wonderful.
It's hard to, like as we were saying, sex, drugs, and rock and roll type of industry and everything that, like, oh, he's sober, like, oh, or they're, but it's actually now kind of like the opposite way, which is the cool thing. And
it's more family, friends. And
I think the pandemic was hard on a lot of musicians and artists and stuff. And I think, that's why you see a lot of people getting sober, because I know that the pandemic was, it was like Boy Scout camp at first. It was like, shit, this is cool, But I know my drinking escalated and drug use escalated.
Right, agreed.
I didn't have as many responsibilities, and I almost died because of it. And I know some other people that have sobered up that was just a rough time for everybody in the world. But musicians, like, it all dried up for us for a long time. And I feel like some of them either came out on top, but some of them got swallowed up by it. I've seen some people struggle.
Exactly right.
Definitely a good comparison to like a tsunami. You know what I mean? Some people could run and get away from it, and then some people could just get swallowed up.
Swallowed up.
It was sad to see, like, some people that got swallowed up.
Same with the venues.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sad thing that some awesome venues got swallowed up.
Yeah. The whole thing, COVID changed everything. It was just like, just the whole whirlwind and stuff.
There's just a little bit like, I don't know how much this would reach other musicians, but, I did a podcast last week and was brushing up on, it's kind of broader. It goes a little bit past, Mountain Walrus, but it doesn't. It has to do a lot with us. But a lot of these bands that are, at the same level as us, it's taken me 20 years to realize, like, seeing a difference of like representing yourself and having like booking and producing and like all these other assets that a lot of musicians don't know that you need these things. And I've seen what our manager Matt Kimball has done for us, and like made us or given us opportunities to try to put ourselves out there a little bit more.
Right.
And it's just something I really wish that was brought to my attention, and it may be brought to other attention, and it may be something that's more widely known in other scenes, but it's just something that I think is cool to talk about. It's a really important thing to me, seeing the minor success it's had with just letting somebody else take the reins and represent you and let you be an artist and not try to be a businessman and an artist, because that's tough.
Right.
Pastor, have you been in my head this week?
No, I don't think so. But
what were you going to say?
Pushing wise, as how long have y'all had a manager?
I'd say, well, we changed manager. Well, we had one manager that got a different job, so I'd say a year and a half maybe would be a good estimation.
And you said that you mentioned that he kind of pushing y'all in different
it's the example I use is like last year I had somebody tell me, and I'm not gonna mention the venue or anything because I do love these guys and I spend money there, and this isn't even in my home turf, but they came up and said, okay, I want you to play here. I want Mountain Walrus to play. And it was all this da 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 da. Well, okay, so the information was exchanged and stuff. So I myself, before I had proper representation, I sent the proper emails, had a nice looking letterhead, all this stuff, and I got nothing back. It was just like So fast forward to having management, that same place booked us only because they trusted our manager. They trusted his word. And I had another venue tell me one time, it's just because you look cool on Facebook and you got some streams on Spotify doesn't mean I can make money off of you.
Yeah.
And that's a harsh reality of it. But when you have representation of from somebody that these venues know and trust, that opens up the doors that I think a lot of people I'd never could get doors.
So it's not really a push on y'all, but it is a push to maybe be more. Well, obviously you have more of an opportunity, so you're going to be pushed more to play better, to create, to be more creative, to actually go out on a limb, maybe improv a little bit more, or so it is a push. You know what I mean?
We're on this side worried about like, are y'all getting shows? Are y'all like, festivals? Like what, and making sure that y'all are getting what you need and stuff. And then you musicians are able to do it. And I think that's been the kind of thing that Jason and I figured out so many years later about our relationship and stuff, is that he's the musician, I'm the business person. And so many years later, we figured out like, oh, this is, and we've always been working together on things, but also like, kind of butting heads at things. But now realizing like, you do your thing right. And, and I'll do my thing over here. And we have to have trust in each other. So a manager is just as important as a bandmate is. Are they going to do are they going to do their solo right in front of everyone? Are they going to do their, and to me, it's kind of that way.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel the band has to represent the manager, and the manager has to represent the band.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those relationships.
Definitely plural mirroring. What I mean?
Yeah, and just they have, and like you have opportunities like with the manager, like with what Matt's doing for us, like we're now able to pair and play with these other bands that we wouldn't have these opportunities to meet and to be around and play in front of their fans, and like all of these things that bands want to do but just don't know how to get there. And you're not getting there because you're not good enough, or your band's not tight enough, or you don't have the right merch and all these things that I was worried about. You got to reach out there and get yourself represented and get somebody that knows how to open those doors for you, to help you open those doors, to give you the opportunity to show your stuff, because people will listen to you if you're in the right spots. But if you're just playing in your local circles and stuff, and you don't have good online presence and all this stuff, that's just what it is. But and that's okay too. I don't want to take away from people to play local circuits because I've done it for a long time, and
it's what your goals are.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that there is to have a healthy music community. In my opinion, you have to have the good bands in town that's what they do. They play in the local circuit in areas, and that's cool. And we need that. It's an important thing. But if you want to get to the next level, I think that there is other ways of doing it, not just like cold calling and emailing and stuff, because that might have worked in the '90s, but it doesn't work now.
Yeah. You're right. And when you're right, you're right.
So anyway, that's kind of non-music related, but I just think it's a cool thing.
Honestly, it's very important, and it's really awesome that you shared that. As it's kind of a secret, not really, or not really a secret, but
it's a secret.
But it's
I didn't know it.
It's definitely information needed.
I mean, maybe it catches the ear of a 19 or 23-year-old guitar player out there that says, "Okay, maybe I need to reach out to a booking agent, a manager, and submit what I have," because that's the advice I'm giving to some of these young cats in Roanoke. I'm like, when you get to a certain level, you need to get represented. You need to get somebody to help you.
I think that certain people think that if you have a manager, if someone comes to me and they're going to manage me, they're going to offer me this much money and it's going to be this huge check, well, bam, a lamb, and we are done. And it's just like, we're all working together on this team. We're going to be here, we have this goal we're going to set and hope, we're going to get, not hopefully, we are going to get there. That's the manager's job, is to make sure that, obtainable and everything. And so it's so great to hear you say these things and to let others know, hey, this is a great way. This is what you need to be doing. Focus on your craft. Let the other person who knows this craft do this, and it's just another member of the band who's doing this. And that's something I've learned, and something I wouldn't say, but you being in a band and saying hey, young guys, know this is great. That's something great to know.
If that's just what you want to know, that's just what I wish somebody would have tapped me on the shoulder and told me that when I was 25 or 27. But
right,
that's just it's just a little piece of advice. They're or maybe up for discussion, and maybe somebody has a different opinion. But as far as I'm concerned, is unless you hit it big on a something viral or something like that, or you're in a hotbed music scene, Nashville, Memphis, New York City, something like that, you got to get represented. These venues are tight. And if you want to get out there, you got to go play in front of other bands and play in front of other people, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, there you go, man. So, speaking of that, any pre-show rituals or traditions that the band keeps?
Is this a G-rated?
This is an R, double XR. Anything you want to be.
It used to be. I'll steal this from my buddy Jay Gladden. He said, "What do you warm up before you play?" And I said, "Yeah, with a couple of shots of liquor."
There you go.
But no, my pre-show rituals have changed. It used to be drinking, but I will say don't think I've ever played a show without smoking at least some bubble hash or something before I play. It's just what I do. But I also do vocal exercises now. I've learned from my buddy PJ George, who is the multi-instrumentalist for Old Crow Medicine Show. He's from Salem, but he's given me some super duper pro tips throughout the years, and that's one that I do. It's something people don't even know I'm doing it. It's like a really simple exercise. But I rehearse religiously daily, so I'm always confident in the material, so I don't ever have to cram anything. But as far as pre-show stuff, I always burn one, and I always do my vocal exercises, and I do some dexterity yoga stretches for my hands because I was a carpenter my whole life, and my hands hurt, so that helps me. But that's really it for me. Bubble hash and stretching. Yeah.
There you go.
The people aren't bothering me, but my joints are bothering me in my hands. Do you not feel that way as you get older? You don't worry about everyone else.
Everything hurts now.
So I say things backwards, here we go. But, but anyway, but no, I feel you on that. So,
what's your pre-show ritual?
You see me stretching?
Yeah, he's stretching.
I do some for real stretching.
Dude, this dude's really flexible, dude. I don't know. what kind of other stuff he's flexible for, but he's really flexible.
This dude is not.
I bet you he could put his ankles behind his head. I bet
I don't know about that.
All right.
I'm like AI when it comes to stretching. I'm like, how do you do this? You
Do
gotta describe it to me. I'm like, no, this is not.
this. I did it.
And then my ears start smoking, then I malfunction. And
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
So, what are you most excited about with your upcoming album drop?
Letting the people hear it.
Yeah, well, the transition from like I was talking about with like Ryan, our horn player, like this is funk music. Like this is what funk music is. So if you listen to the first album, there's not a lot of traditional funk, on it. On the second album, I feel like we're through kicking the tires on it. We're starting to really dig in and get our teeth into it. That's what I'm excited about, because you can say funk all you want. You can say the word funk all you want, but is it funky? Is it got the traditional stuff there? And I think the second album has a lot of it there, and I'm ready to let it loose. I'm excited about
it. To hear it.
So is that kind of like you saying, like, I feel like our energy's more coming out, our personalities are more coming together and coming out in that, because y'all been together for what, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
And so you had one album drop already, and this will be your second album drop. That's quite a bit. Y'all are we're almost done writing our third album. We're going at the end of this year back to Blackwater to record it. Yeah, we're pretty much dropping an album a year. So dang, guys, that's insane.
Putting in the work. So
yeah,
that's right.
Y'all are. That's So where do you see Mountain Walrus headed in the next few years?
Well, that kind of bounces off what we were just talking about with Matt pairing us with all the stuff and us getting out there. I feel like 2026 we're going to be on the road more. We're going to be opening up for bands in other cities and stuff, and building our presence in each market, each city, trying to be able to hit these places more often and gain a fan base that way. And looking to and still dropping, and we'll have another album release at the end of next year. And if everything keeps going, we're going to be doing that. Looks like a yearly thing, hopefully in the November time frame. So really, I just see us to continue to grow as we've been growing. We've got a good bass player now, but he's actually a multi-instrumentalist. So we're trying out bass players now. So, I just see us to continue to grow like we've been growing, getting bigger shows, better shows, to continue to be good in our home market and support our community, and the right tide lifts all the boats, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can put Roanoke more on the musical map, and that's what, trying to do.
Definitely. Maybe we can get you down here in Mayberry too.
Yes.
So I'd love it. We love it.
We got to hook up some spots. I got to talk to Matt. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Matt will hook you up, man.
Yeah. So, well, man, it was just so awesome, that we were able to come across y'all and meet y'all.
Yeah,
and
it's been an absolute pleasure meeting y'all and actually getting more to know y'all. And
y'all too.
I can't wait till the November to hear y'all.
I know, right?
Stuff.
I feel it also feels like, when you get to know, when you talk to someone or you hear things like this, and thank you for coming on the podcast so fans and everything can hear, because it helps you get to know the band more, and you feel like that you can understand kind of where they're coming from and their writing sense. And, is there anything with your second album, was there anything, writing wise, have y'all dedicated anything, or was there something major that y'all are going through? And I know randomly, just anything like that.
Was there a main idea or main influence behind your second album
concept?
Yeah, I kind of did more of on the second album, I was trying to write a Turquoise song, or write a Lettuce song, or start with drum and bass, because I'm a guitar player. So for years, my songs have started with just an acoustic guitar. So this outfit and this album, it started with a beat and my cell phone, and writing a bass line and taking it to the band, and just us building it there. Instead of me coming with a song that's 90 to 100% done, I limp in with a song 30% done, and let these awesome musicians. And I think that's kind of what funk music is to me. Really, if more I listen to it, I think there's a lot of collaboration in the studios and stuff. But that's the biggest thing that I think is the difference in the album is really how we went about writing the songs.
I'm really pumped because I am very impressed with your first album, number one, and number two. When can we think about possibly getting some singles coming? Maybe one
next few weeks.
It's coming.
Next few weeks. Hopefully before October.
So yes, cool beans. Well, that's awesome. So Halloween surprise for sure. You know, like
we also are. I think we're gonna be doing. We got a Christmas song too. We're gonna have some fun with and release later on in the season too. So it was something fun. We you know, because I've always wanted to do something like that, and we're gonna have some fun with it. I think we're gonna do like a video.
Why not?
Oh my gosh. Is this like, I mean, just for some reason at first it was like a nice Christmas song that popped in my head, like Carol, and then I was like Jeff Foxworthy on the side. So then I was just because we like fun and having fun. These are fun guys, amazing guys, fun funk and from the South and stuff. Heck yeah. What do you think? Making fun of some Southern and have a good Southern fun
What
laugh.
was it? 10 years probation prison?
Sorry, I just random. You wouldn't imagine all the stuff.
Jeff Foxworthy.
That's just it was epic. The song that's coming together in my head, so I can't wait to hear it. It's amazing. It's going to be.
Do you have it written or you do?
Yeah, it's done. We recorded it. See, that's the thing that I've always wanted to do. Every time I've thought about a Christmas song, it's during Christmas season. Yeah. So I'll write one or something, and it never pans out. So last year, I wrote the song, rehearsed it with the guys, and we went into the studio and recorded it when we recorded the second album and put it in our back pocket. And Matt is also he's a really good videographer, our manager. He's a good photographer and videographer. Ever need to hire anybody, Matt Kimball is the jam. He does great work. He's done work for my other bands. He's Nomad Valley. He does great work. But we're gonna do like
is this my Matt? I'm pretty sure.
I think we met Matt at Floyd.
Yeah, Matt's great. Dude. He's a great human, but he's
information for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we're gonna do like a video and stuff and release it like right after Thanksgiving. So we'll have the album released on the 15th, and then like a week or so later we're gonna be releasing a Christmas song. I'm pretty stoked about it.
Around Thanksgiving and stuff.
Yeah, because you got to have the foresight to record it before and have it mastered and done and all that stuff. So it was always a thing I wanted to know how to do it, and because I thought that they would record it. And I asked my friend PJ, who's done Christmas stuff, and he said that's what they do. Is that you record it to get the Christmas spirit. You record it during Christmas, and then you sit on it and release it the next year. And I was
there you go, smart man. And thank you very much for finally. This is gonna be exciting. I'm excited. Like a Christmas song that's released before Christmas, actually. And done properly, that we don't have to wait 11 months for.
Let's do it the whole season.
Heck yeah. Here we go, guys. We got it. So
awesome.
Right.
Well, how exciting. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on and joining us. And we cannot wait to see y'all in November 15th. And we will also be waiting to see this single drop. Y'all let me know, and we will let also our fan base know, when this drops and stuff. And do we have a name? Can we at least?
It's called Merry Christmas Tree.
Merry Christmas Tree.
Yeah. And it's not about the actual Christmas tree, if you can imagine.
I was just wondering. I was like,
hey, can I introduce you guys to somebody real quick?
Yes, please.
I told you I traded liquor and cocaine with my family.
Why have you not been here the whole time, my love?
Yeah. His name's Matthew. Say hi, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
What's up, Matthew?
Say hi.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
he's a drummer.
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, a drummer.
Right on,
Matthew. He hits him right in the middle of the drum already.
Can you? Yeah. I was going to say, if I could oh my gosh, if I could just jump through that screen right now.
He's so cool.
Thank you.
You'll have to meet him at 5 Points. Yeah.
We will, definitely.
You'll see me with a camera and the baby on my hip.
Cool.
So, but oh man, I'm super pumped, and we will keep up with you guys and keep in touch through the season and see what's happening, and
definitely
see you soon.
We really appreciate you having us. Thank you so much.
We thank y'all, and then catch Mountain Walrus again this September 11th at in Roanoke, Virginia.
Roanoke, Fork in the Alley. It's one of our local venues.
What time does the show start?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
And this is a free show. Y'all look it up in a free show, and then make sure your calendars are set for November 15th.
And we will.
Oh, it's November the 15th. That's the actual drop, right?
That's we'll be the record and have our party this night.
Yep.
Here we go. Yes. All right.
Doesn't get better than that.
I know. I just wanted to make sure, because I always hear like one thing and then not the other. So then we would get off this and then argue back and forth over it. So I was like, let's just go ahead and clarify it for the world. So all right. So the date, the drop, and the party is the 15th. And that's the best place ever, 5 Point Sanctuary. So all around a win-win-win. Wonderful. So
all right, Foster, Mason, we can't thank y'all enough.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you soon. Thank you.
Yep. See you in November.
All right, see y'all.
Thank you.
Now and then, whether pushing a pencil or a plow across the land, there's an instant satisfaction or eternal joy. Be some lame excuses and a lot of quitting.